Welcome back, family. Welcome back to What's the Juice at the Juicy. Ooh, excuse me, T 1111 energy. Hopefully you're well and you are rested. Okay. Uh, also for some of y'all, okay, Spirit did have me move to some tarot, and Spirit, because I have plenty of tarot decks, but I am very, into my artwork cards. And they're not my cards per se that I, did the artwork for, but I just love pictures and illustrations, okay? I'm a visual type of energy. You could be a visual learner, okay? But I just feel like it does something for me. But I'm going to go on and tap into some tarot for y'all, okay? Because tarot does bring in the clarification, calls out the signs, also gives the, synchronicities and alignment when it comes to, the numbers. Okay. So with that being the case, thank you for being here. Okay. Family, collective, soul tribe, associate yourself however you like. All right. Thank you for being here. Okay. I am truly grateful for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And let's go on and invoke protection. I call upon the divine, my ancestors, angels, and spiritual guides to stand with me and within me as I deliver the messages. Only what serves truth, healing, and understanding for the highest good is welcomed here. And so it is. Ashe. Okay, family. So let's see what it is that the divine needs and wants you to know. We're going to start out with tarot for some of y'all. Okay, we'll see what the tarot deck has to say. That came flying out. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to take it. I don't know. Let's see what it is. Okay, so somebody here is in hermit mode. Okay. You could be seeking out wisdom at this time. Okay, you could be a Virgo. With this seeking out wisdom through some sort of solitude here, okay? An inner truth, facing inner truth, okay? Ooh, I just saw something, right, y'all? And I thought I was on top of all of the messages with this energy that I watch on YouTube, but nevertheless, it like hit home, right? Superficial energy is the 3D matrix. It's what they show you, right? This energy brought the awareness of thinking beyond that, knowing beyond that. Like, your deepest, we'll call it, they'll call it. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. They'll call it. They, who are they? The ones that operate in the matrix, the ones that do the projecting, the ones that, want you to self-doubt, the ones that have been manipulating lineages and systems and energies for years through frequency control, channel control. They'll tell you, oh yeah, if your ears are ringing, it's something else. No, it isn't. It's the frequency, seeing if you can still hear them when they turn it up a notch type energy. Okay, many of you have already been in this, hermit mode energy. You have been seeking the wisdom within yourself. Okay, because you are a divine blueprint. And it's like you got to realize, you got to become very enlightened to realize that you are operating on a different level. Like there is things around you that you may not fathom, family. Like, because I feel like sometimes the self-doubt and where they attack you, where the enemy comes in to attack is through your mental capacity, right? Do you look? I kind of want to tell you the reading that I had, and it wasn't really, I don't know if they do a reading or if it's just a message. I call them messages, readings. It's just how it's taken, right? But the message, that's how I pick up on this energy as a messenger. The message that they were delivering was like a deep, clear message pertaining to circumstances around you, where you could be living where people are casting energies of doubt and want you to stay isolated. But for you, this is your personal growth. For a lot of you, right, you are already hermit mode energy. You're very wise, you're very knowledgeable. Okay, you will sit in the dark and find that light. Okay, and many of you have been doing that. Okay, Virgo energy is out here, so take that how it resonates. You could be a life path number 9, but this is what I'm picking up on. This is what Spirit said that energy was about. And you just picking up on, like, hey, do you really feel like you're connected to, higher up energy. Like if you vibe high, then you should feel like you're connected to higher up energy or something like that. I'm not taking them, they got to flip out. Boom, bam, they got to flip out. I can't make it up. They got to flip out. Mm. So we got the Ten of Swords in the reverse out here. With the Strength card. Okay, so many of y'all, you are, yep, you definitely, you going through a recovery period at this time. You're recovering from all the, betrayals that you had to go through, and you're no longer looking at the betrayals. You're moving forward with, strength. You could also be a Gemini energy. Okay, with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. That is the Gemini, right? Let me see. Yeah, Gemini energy. Okay. Um, and strength, Leo energy here, fire sign energy. Okay, Virgo, Earth. Wait, yes. That is right, right? I don't know, y'all. I don't be whipping out the tarot that much like I used to, but I do believe, yeah, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, that's the Earth energy. So, many of y'all, could be any of those signs. Swords is air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then the Sun or Leo, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I say Sun energy, yeah. It's, you have remained strong, I feel like, mentally, because a lot of the stuff that you went through, family, it was meant to just break you and have you looking like you was out to lunch. And you like, no, you are far from out to lunch. You just ain't putting up with nobody else's bullshit. And you're not putting up with nobody else's lies and deceit and manipulation, because that's all they do. So scared to just come with the truth, like, being real, hell on the bullshit. They're scared of that. People are scared of that. And you know it. So you just, you shine the light in the darkness and you continue to grow and heal yourself. Okay. And obtain more knowledge through listening to source, meditation. Some of y'all don't even have to meditate. It's innate. I just heard. It's innate. That's why you got that Ace of Cups out here. New beginnings, new everything. And unconditional love. This is giving me universal love type energy. I keep seeing, like, people talking about in 25 years from now, we're going to be seeing people walk around like they were in, like, Luke Skywalker in the bars where everybody was kind of like aliens and all kind of different little stuff, right? And I said to myself, shoot, they already walking around like that, but y'all just scared to see them. And then they be tripping. You'd flip out and it would be like, not really. Now, if that motherfucker start doing some crazy stuff, well, damn. If they don't have the I come in peace energy, yeah, you're going to be tripping. Who wouldn't? I mean, common sense. So, they try to get close to you to learn from you. And then it's all about how you treat people. I feel like somebody seen you and they wasn't all the way, They could have been from, maybe not of actual physical right, period, of flying saucer type energy, but definitely somebody that had a lot to do with Ten of Pentacles energy. Higher up there, I'm telling you. They know what your lineage and your legacy is tied to. They know you had choices in your life here, but you was able to see through the darkness. Ugh. Y'all, these cards are slippery, so they just be flying out. Yes, look, somebody knew all about your Ten of Pentacles energy. Period. They knew about everything when it came to the family lineage and the prosperity within your family. You may have also felt this as well. Like, you may have always had a very rich spirit growing up. Just, you may have went through poverty and there was a lot of things being thrown at you, temptations by the dark side and dark practices. But with the moon here, I feel like you was able to be guided through the darkness because divine walks with you. You walk with the divine. You walk by faith, not by sight. So a lot of distractions was thrown here with this seven of cups. Scorpionic energies, Virgo energy. Woo! Capricorn and Pisces out here. We got 7, 6, and 9. Wow. 769. 769 could be significant. 967 could be significant. You could be 67. You could be born in 96. Between the 8 years of 96 up until present time. Okay. Maybe even 91 and 92 energy out here. But yeah. You could have been born on the 7th, the 6th, the 9th of any month, or the 15th, the 16th. Okay. But yeah, there were a lot of distractions, and you're recovering from, maybe choices you've made that were definitely steered by dark forces. And they wanted you to stay in the darkness here because, this is the moon in the upright. That's like keeping secrets, keeping things, right, from people. But it's like a subconscious knowing for some of you. Trying to keep things mysterious, trying to keep you in the dark. But I feel like many of you, you have the gift of sight. Your intuition definitely does. Somebody also didn't want you to know about this, I heard as well. So, take that message how it's going to resonate. But somebody wanted to keep your lineage a secret as well. I just heard. Okay. Tell me more, spirit. And that's the truth. Ace of Swords out there, okay? They wanted to keep you in the dark behind your lineage, okay? And putting all kind of distractions in your way. Spirit is saying that is the truth. We just gonna put it right there, just like that. Maybe I could scooch it. Thank you, Spirit. Try to make it organized for y'all because it's organized for me that way. You feel me, family? So that is the energy. That is the message. Hold on. So right now with this Leo energy out here, okay, the energy of, taming the beast within and all around, okay, this is what I'm hearing as well. Moving with grace, essence. Yeah. See, I feel like with this star in the reverse, well, I just heard that. Listen, in the dark, there are also stars. It doesn't mean they're all in the upright. This star represents to me in the reverse fallen angels with the 7 in the reverse. 7 stars in the reverse, because I feel like that's the energy of energies that wanted to overtake someone. And those hopes they weren't fulfilled. Unfulfilled hopes out here. They were a disappointment. Fallen angel energy. I feel like your strength beat, the devil's temptations. Cause you just ain't out there like that, family. I'm telling you. You're not. You like, you can, you're just not. And I mean, not in I mean, every way you do walk with the Most High. You do have, the morals and standards of God energy. At the bottom of the deck, you got the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. You find balance when it comes to instability. Unstable energies here that be wanting, immature unstable energies here that are selfish and, taker type greedy energy. So it's like you're able to go on and still move forward with whatever it is you need to move forward with, especially if you're dealing with this Page of Cups in the reverse and the 5 of Swords in the upright. Yeah. This is just flat out selfish. Facts. And see, when it came to that, I don't feel you were that. You with the Two of Pentacles, you just were complete balance. You were not in or against, or you spoke up. There was adaptability happening. You know what I'm saying? You were able to change circumstances around you because I feel like you were obedient. That's the word. When it came to versus these energies here that were hella immature and selfish. Mm, okay. Mm. Just do that, please. When I tell you these things is slippery, y'all, they're slippery. Somebody feels like they is on a slippery slope. Somebody was going skiing or plans on going to ski, taking a ski trip, snowboarding. I hear somebody here is a snowboarder, or they are definitely interested in it. They've done it. Mm, okay. But yeah, at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords, yeah. The stalling energy. So I feel like people are trying to make up their minds on really what to do when it comes to these immature, selfish individuals. They could also be wanting to, yeah, look, people are trying to, decide how they want to partner, especially after finding out what they know behind, everything that has taken place. Who is their partnership? Who are these alliances going to come in? What's this balance? Because you already came in as balance. So this is a double confirmation that you're definitely balanced. Okay, you could be balanced in masculine, feminine energy. You could be balanced in your sights when it comes to your intuition, seeing above the fray, because this is giving me that ego energy. But then it's also got the lion. So you know what I'm saying? It's like you're very strong. This is feeling like people making a decision when it comes to the partnership. Mm-hmm. Attracted to what you bring to the table type energy, which is integrity, authenticity. Okay. And there are some decisions that are being made or have already been made. I know you've definitely made a decision, family. I know you've made a decision. But there was some sort of stall tactics here. I feel like somebody could have been trying to, could have been trying to spy on you, see what was going on with you. Woo! We got the wow, judgment card, justice card out here with the Four of Wands energy. So it was like, there's a decision being made when it comes to something pertaining to possibly what happened in your life. Okay, your story, your truths that were spoken. Yeah, the clarity that people are seeing. There could have been, the cause and effect here. So, there's a lot of clarity coming in with this justice. There was a cause and effect. There could have been some things that you did people may not have understood, but they get it now. So now there's a decision when it comes to the Four of Wands energy, fire sign energy, Aries energy out here. Some sort of celebration, something that's stable for you. You could have something coming in, okay, pertaining to some things you've been going through. Okay, this has a lot to do with, what's currently happening in the administration, and it's just the dismantling of corruption, period. With that justice sitting out there, there ain't nothing other than that. Yeah, somebody wants to, but see, here's the thing: they don't know that. Look, I feel like they questioning this pentacle. Somebody's questioning the pentacle. I keep seeing God. Where's my money? Where's my money? I'm like, ugh. I be thinking to myself, chill out on that energy, okay? Ugh. I'll be like, okay, let me stop. But yeah, that's what they looking at. Like, they're trying to make this decision, like what's gonna make them happy, and then is this like cooperative type energy? Is this, like Is this really what we can do methodically? This is this a realistic type thing? Is this going to be efficient for all that they have endured type energy? This is what they're trying to make a decision about. Mm. That's crazy. You just uh-uh. They talking about, can we categorize this as can we categorize this as reparations? Like, damn, that's why I said, They trying to see if they can categorize something. We're gonna tell you something going on with everybody. Yes, listen here. Woo, you the Queen of Pentacles. You could be the Queen of Pentacles energy. Somebody's not too, happy about that though. They're not happy about that at all. Capricorn. Nope, Scorpio, my bad. Scorpio. There's a Scorpio out here that is pissed off. I feel like they've always been in some sort of competition with you. There's always been a Scorpio in competition with you. This is what I'm getting. This could be a masculine or feminine energy. But they're in strife about you being the Queen of Pentacles for somebody. Take it how it resonates, okay? This is somebody that could be a part of making some sort of decision, but you like, shoot, once they look at everything and weigh it all out, they like, shit, is this gonna insult are we about to insult this energy? They worried about an insult, okay? They're worried about an insult to an offer. Wow, that's funny. Worried about an insult to an offer. Wow. Would it appear to be an insult to you or something like that? Look, I can't make it up at the bottom of the deck, King of Cups. The King of Cups, and behind the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands? What? Yeah, this is all happening in the higher courts, higher places, higher places. This is what I heard. Just higher places, okay? A lot of royalty is here. Sunflowers are significant. You could be a sun child. But you got the Queen of Pentacles here, the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, and isn't this the King of Swords? Is this the King of Swords right here? Oh no, this is Justice. Okay, so you got Justice right here. So there's a lot of like energies of higher officials here. These higher officials are like making some sort of decision when it comes to some sort of possible partnership, okay, with the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but Aries energy, but Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy as well. I feel like this could be something that is taking place subtly, like somebody could be, I don't know why I heard marriage. Yep, that's why, because there it is. There could be some sort of partnership coming in. Woo. Whoa. Damn. Ooh. Look. And then I looked over and seen marriage. So there's a King of Cups energy here. This is somebody who's subtle and crafty. Kind of like, I feel like, they kind of been around you, or, this is giving me somebody that is definitely hiding their hand when it comes to some things. This is where I started off earlier saying, I watched something and it was like, if you can't believe that there's that much of a higher power, then, and I mean, let go of what you think is impossible or doesn't exist, type energy. But this is like someone here, and I just felt like they have, already identified you as, or connected to you in a marital way, or a divine partnership type energy, because you are somebody who is warm and compassionate. This King of Cups is also someone who's considerate, but they also have a different energy about them as well. It's like, they want no mistake in the relationship that they are like the King of Cups and you are the Queen of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely, they're going to respect the fact that you're determined, but there's also going to be like something about you standing, and I don't want to say y'all, but beside every strong man is a strong woman, right? That is the saying or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then what came out was a Judgment and High Priestess, and I feel like some of y'all out here, are High Priestess energy, okay? Because you have gone through it. It's part of your lineage. And you have passed down some sort of judgment. And this brought in, change. Okay, and there was a fluctuation here. I feel like when you were battling with yourselves, battling with the principalities. There you have it. hmm Doubting yourself, doubting your power, doubting your strength. This is what you were doing, but you no longer doubt. You know you're the High Priestess. And you can be, listen, I'm also picking up because quite a few queens. Let me just make sure I got them all. Okay. We got the Queen of Pentacles. You got the Queen of Wands. With this Ten of Pentacles here, this lineage you come from, like a long line of possibly some High Priestess. And when you pass down judgment, that brings in change, but it's something here. It's almost like a change that put your divine masculine in position or something like that. Oh, there's a marriage here. Oh, I didn't even read that. Yeah, it says the marriage of souls is the union of two divine opponents. Ooh! Ooh! The marriage of souls is the union of two divine opponents? Oh my. Really? Hold on, y'all. Let me look. I have to dive into that because you know what an opponent is. The opponent is like, the total opposite of you. Um, it's like that duality. The opposites come together. Yeah, someone who competes against or fights another. Right. This is your own. Oh, hell. Listen. Ooh. You are bound to be married to a once upon a time opponent because of your lineage. It's something about keeping the royalty. So, wow. Right. And there it is. Seven of Wands energy. Yeah, there's competition that was out here for this position. There's competition that was out here for this position, but it's crazy because I know, family, what you're saying. I'm not going to about that. Shush. Did you not hear the message? It says the marriage of souls in the divine. I mean, in the union of two divine opponents. Okay, so both y'all are the divines. Masculine and feminine energy alike, but there were other energies out here battling for this position. Either fighting for the position of the High Priestess or this King energy. Look what came out. Wow. So we have over here, there was a King of Pentacles that was battling for this position. Shut up. Ooh, I told you I was picking up on two. Didn't I just do a reading where I said I was picking up on two energies? This King of Pentacles got, what is this in the reverse? Is this this is the Emperor in the reverse. Listen here. So, they are not a leader. They were not a powerful leader. This King of Pentacles could have been a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. They were not a powerful leader, but they were competing against this scorpionic energy. You got to be kidding me. This is starting to sound like a whole fantasy fairy tale. But as you're seeing, yeah, everything they seem to do is done behind a damn ritual of some sort. So that's crazy. I never imagined anything like that. Family, I'm serious. But everything that these people were doing, it was behind you being connected with the right divine partner, period. Because if not, it would have been, a happy family turned upside down type energy. There was divine intervention here. I can't make it up. Look, divine intervention when it came to some forever kind of love, infinite, unbreakable, meant to stay, meaning to be. Mm. I heard that spirit. 1111 activation, twin flame, take it how you want, okay? But it says here, this is a soul contract. 1111 energy, 1111 activation. This union is like a soul contract. Ooh wee. Just put the union right over here. It's like, whoop. Sure is. It sure is for some of you, okay? Listen. And all they can do is think of you, missing you, grieving you right now, okay? Because you're at a distance from this energy fixated on you, period. You manifest in a reunion with them. They're fixated on you manifesting this reunion. Oh, wait. Look, everything is going to be about teamwork with you two, okay? Together through it all. Wow. Partnerships. This we got this energy. Not you got a family, but we got it energy. And this is a really committed type energy. I'm really committed this time. The loyalty is there, okay? Um, and that's really what it's all about. I'm telling you, besides the love you already gonna have, it's the loyalty. Yeah, there's a no game, no nonsense type energy. In it for the long run. That may have been what you have manifested in this hermit mode energy as well. Becoming more enlightened to the fact that the power is within you. It's within you. Yeah. I'm telling you, people didn't want you to see that. They wanted to burn that up in Inferno. They did not want you to see that Ace of Cups. That's why they were throwing all them distractions in front of you. They wanted to burn down this happiness, this because it is here. It is here for you if that is what is within your heart. If that is what you truly desire. I heard you got the 3 M's. These people were very desperate to stop this. They wanted you to stay distracted. They wanted your knowings to go up. Look, in flames, right? But you were in the right place at the right time. I promise you, you became in alignment right when you were supposed to, and they are envious of that. You became in alignment, divine timing, and meant to be. This is meant to be. This is meant to be. And they are so envious and jealous because they couldn't cause you the Ten of Swords energy. They were definitely trying to throw all of their, devil energy, their black magic at you, okay? Distractions, choices, keeping you unfocused, keeping you attached to, feeling like you just had to need them. And all you really have to do, family, is just be able to take care of yourself. That is it. And it doesn't take much to take care of you. But look, you're royalty, so you've got more than enough, right? But you are somebody that has actually earned this position. It is a part of your lineage. It's a part of your heritage. It's a part of your, bloodline, and it is royalty to royalty here. That's why, the lower vibrational energies never worked out. You may be getting calls from unknown callers here, or a fake text, a spam number. Okay, somebody could be playing on your phone. You probably did experience that. Could be really those toll-free numbers, that spam. Those are the envious ones. Still trying to, make those calls, tap back into your line. Those are the spiritual attacks. Still, the devil is busy here. With spiritual attacks out here, trying to, re-trigger some sort of karmic remembrance, or karmic triggers here, right? Spiritual awakening. But that's the thing, though. You're spiritually awakened to this type of energy, so you know the shadow workers. You know how they shadow work. I feel like, you have, definitely blessed your crown chakra, cleansed it, cleared it, canceled it from any negativity re-entering or entering it. Cleansing of your crown down, I'm hearing. Okay. You've been protecting yourself. Your spiritual team has been protecting you from this, but they were definitely trying to get back in your energy. These are the same, well, they're just not the lovers, though. This is all of them, okay? That's these distractions up here. With the Seven of Cups, the choices, okay? But third-party interference, those are the ones with the fake scam texts and calls, right? Then you got the player energy out here. These are the playboys running around trying to keep you distracted, being in your energy, right? Then you got the ones out here that, be hooking up. That's the playboy that hooks up, not just with you, but with everybody else type energy, for those of you who resonate with this. Then there's that, the ones that are just running around, possibly just, passing along their demons. Yeah. But see, you're in a soul contract. So you're already in a soulmate and a partnership and a special union. This is another reason I feel like you could not, get involved with people, is because there's this soul contract over here. And I feel like, it took you some time, but there's justice coming in, because I feel like after you receive this justice, you can move on. It's like it would be closing out a toxic cycle. I heard that, spirit. It'll be closing out a toxic cycle. Yeah. There's a bunch of red flag signs, evidence, and deception. That's why, that's why everybody is, thank you, Spirit, looking at that Two of Swords, trying to make a decision, because there was a lot of games played with you in order to have you feeling this way. And you may, have some friends in some high places too. Hey, you just somebody, family. You ain't got to have the recognition. This is what I'm hearing. You don't really have to have that type of recognition, because you already know that by putting yourself out there can make you susceptible to, or avail, or just your energy is out there to be attacked by the spiritual haters, by the ones who are upset because of the rank of loyalty and royalty that you have. Okay? You're dealing with those who have already altered descriptions of people over and over again, because they feared, people seeing them for who they are. The righteous ones, the chosen ones, the anointed and appointed. hmm And somebody out here knows that you have a healing love, and that you have healed yourself through love, through caring for yourself. You're recovering, and somebody really wants you to be able to feel safe again. Okay, family? So that is the message, and I'm going to leave that message here. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Okay. A relief after a time of turmoil and chaos. And that's what I feel like many of you are moving into that energy, okay? If you're not already there and just waiting to close out this cycle, which I feel like that's where the decision is like kind of hanging, right? Because they don't want to insult you or something like that, okay? This is the message, all right, family? So thank you for being here. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for hitting that notification bell. I am truly grateful. Thank you for sowing positivity into the space however you see fit, through sharing the messages, through donations. That's up to you. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you that do that. And just, tapping in, hey, I'm grateful. You feel me? But thank you so much. Let's close out. I call my power back. I release the weight of the matrix and its betrayal and deception. I stand rooted and grounded in my truth. I am whole. I am becoming, and so it is. Ashe. And until next time, you have a wonderful day. Ashe.